Yes guys, and welcome back to my YouTube. So today we're going to take you through a pull session, exactly how I train pull, taking you through my feeder sets, my working sets, rest times, etc. So let's go. So intro workout start today: sustain, creatine, EAs, obviously all trained by JP. 30 grams of carbs, 10 grams creatine, and 20 grams of EAs. Let's go. So we're going to start cable pullovers. Really like this movement for warming up the lats. Nice stretch at the top, slide the elbows back, squeeze. Nice slow tempo on this. And again, this is just a warm up. What I've done, so I've started on a warm up set, 35 kilos, second warm up set, 55. Again, this is just a warm up. So I'm going to be doing, 5, 8, maybe 10 reps, depending on how I feel on each movement. But what I don't want to do is allow this warm up to take anything away from my heavy working set. So I'll probably add about 30, 40 seconds rest. I'm just going to go straight into my second warm-up set because that hasn't taken nothing from me. Just going through the full range of motion, getting a nice squeeze, nice contraction, feeling the movement, getting everything set up right for me before I go into my working set. This movement isn't actually programmed into my routine, but I do really like it just for warming up. So I've done 2 very light warm-up sets, and I'm going to do like a 1 working set because I do really like it. But again, training for me is about using the exercises that you really enjoy, something you really feel you have a connection with. Obviously, if you have a coach, you need to relay and explain, which movements you find work for yourself, which movements you enjoy doing, which movements you really find you have a good connection with, and obviously they can incorporate them into a plan. But if you don't have them on your training plan, don't just add them in. Speak to your coach, let him make the adjustments and put them in for you. So first working set on this. Really get that nice stretch at the top, hold, and right on the elbows back, squeeze. So as you notice, try to keep on top of form as best as possible. Don't let my shoulders and my chest roll over. Your chest nice and high, up, stretch, squeeze. And I could have got more reps out if I wasn't concentrating on form, but form has to be a must all the way through. Keep that form consistent. So just loading up for my feeder sets, going into this. Last week we done 4 plates. See how the feeder set feels. Probably do 4.5 and then drop down to 4 from the back off. But again, form must be kept 100% throughout. Going just under 50% of what my usual working set is. Gonna go through a nice full range of motion, make sure everything is set up for me perfectly, and then I will build the weight up accordingly as needed. But again, I'm not gonna take too much out of this set. Just make sure form is very nice, and just going through a range of motion. Five reps. Same on the left arm. Again, that didn't touch me. I haven't burnt out in any way, shape or form. Seat is perfect for me, setup is perfect for me. So I know now as I start scaling this weight up, I'm in a good position. Taking that muscle through its range of motion, so I know I'm not feeling any niggles. Feeling very comfortable with the movement. Weight is adjusted to 3 plates now. Ready. So I'm just setting up my camera now to record my working sets, and you know, a lot of people say, oh, tripod wanker and whatnot, but this is what's going to help me with my rate of progression, checking my form continuously through my movements. It's something I believe will have a good impact on my progress, knowing exactly how I'm performing these reps every single day, seeing where I can make them better, seeing where, you know, I could possibly scale weight up, because sometimes, you know, when we are chasing big weight jumps, form takes a little bit of a hit. But if you are recording some of your main working sets where you want to make the most progression on, seeing from that, yeah, it's ready to scale up. It just gives you more evidence, you know, more information of where you are. Lifting straps I'm going to always use as well on my heavy working sets, so my grip does not go before my back. Oh. 30 seconds now before my next working set. My left arm for my right. That was my first working set done now. Done drop 10 kilos off, 7.5 reps. So that was like 6 to 8 working set. And I'll just go to 4 plates, try and get 10 plus. I'm hoping for 10, you know, and that's that exercise done. So around 2 minutes rest now. So 2 to 2:30 rest in between my working sets. So it's a lot longer than my warm-up sets, which is usually like 45, 60 seconds. Oh. 8.5 reps. So that's fine, I'm happy with that, you know. I'll try and build this up over time, but you know, first set obviously fatigued me quite a bit, which is, you know, that's the aim of the game, you know. You want to really push yourself on that first set, so it takes quite a bit out of you on the second set. So I won't escalate my first set for a while now, but I will try and improve my numbers on my second set and my first set, to be fair. So I'm going to be at 8 and then like maybe 12 on the back off.
So would you reduce the weight next time when you second set?
I wouldn't reduce the weight on this one, because I like doing 4 plates. I think I'm doing more, no less than 4 plates. Nah, but I'm happy with that anyway, as long as it's over my previous set, you know, by like 2 reps. Which it was, 1.5 reps or 2 reps. Yeah, I'll take that. But, you know, the name of the game, hypertrophy, stimulus, you know, that's what it's all about.
And you can always improve on those numbers over the next few weeks.
Exactly, yeah.
Progress.
And that's it, you know, and the biggest thing is enjoying training, enjoying doing everything, and this is how I enjoy it. So, don't like lifting no little boy weights. It's the same principle for all these exercises, going to feed a set now. Because I am already warm, I'll probably do less reps, a little bit more weight than what I would usually do on the other ones, and then go into my working set. I'm going to do probably 1 feed a set on this, and then that's it. My stretch, squeeze. Nice 3 reps, 3 or 4 I think, yeah, but felt really nice, so I'm happy to scale up now. So looking back on what I done last week, 3 plates. So I think I'll probably go up a little bit on this. So I'm going to push to 3.5. 6 to 8, let's go. Lost that last squeeze, probably towards the end of 2 reps, but I still felt nice, still felt it. But yeah, right to step it up on that one. One working set now, back off and take a 20 off. You know, try and get 12, 15. But I know I am going to be a little bit exhausted. No one else throw my place to that, please. She pointed this out to me, and it's quite a good thing, even though we think it's common sense, but obviously, so if our second working set is a higher rep range, that will mean that we reduce the weight to be able to make that higher rep range. So obviously, you know, if we could hit that higher rep range on the weight that we was doing on our first set, then the weight needs to come up, because we are working damn close to failure, you know. And it's one of them things where people think, you know, failure is failure, but like even me as like someone who trains very hard, still thinks, am I actually going to failure? So, you know, train to failure for what you think for every rep range that you think you're at. So whatever weight you pick, that's the weight you want to fail at on your rep range. Oh. 13.5 reps, so I'm happy with that. Fuck, that hurt. Oh, the burn. That's what I feel with these higher reps as well. It's about going through the pain, not so much, you know, like, you could stop when the pain is at like 6 reps, but it's about keeping that tempo nice and just getting that squeeze, nice stretch, and just taking that fucking pain, because it hurts. Another way you know you're like more or less reaching failure is if you are keeping form on point, tempo the same, but then also you stop slowing, and then also your form, you've got to correct that, keep that form, keep everything tight, and if you come to a stop, that's the end of the rep, your next set. So I probably don't need to do a feeder set on this for, you know, warming up then, but I still like to do one, just so I know everything's set up tidy. I get a nice contraction, feel the rep, feel the machine. Very, very light. So obviously, you know, I am stronger than most individuals, so this is one of the reasons why I do feeder sets of every exercise, even if it is only 3 reps. But you know, if you're someone who's just putting 10 kilo on a machine, you don't need to be doing feeder sets. If you do, just do it with no weight, just to make sure the seat position and everything is spot on for yourself, and then go into your working set. Because again, you don't want to fatigue yourself before you're going into a working set. So I think it was 11 then, so I know next week I'll be putting 3 plates on that, 6 to 8, but I'll probably just stay on that now and try and get 8 reps. And so my shoulder here, like it's coming out my socket, yeah? So what you want to do is retract that shoulder back, scoop under, and drive that arm into your elbow. Keep this fixed, in a fixed position. And see my lat here? Yeah. See how it's just rolling up? Yeah? That's my lat fully stretched here. Pinky in, and then drive that back down. Oof. Very nice. Oh. 7.5, 8.5.
It was 9.
Maybe 9. When you're so into each rep, I think because each rep takes long and you're trying to control that tempo, I lose count. I don't know. So single arm now, go straight into working set. I like this single arm row because it has like a drop off on it. I like to sit over, really hang over this, get my arm in line with the cable, drive that elbow right in. So, nice stretch. 1. Then last 2 reps again, just getting that pinch in was just a little hard. Second set now, drop down 10 kilos, go for 12, 15 reps on this one. Oh, and I'm feeling it. Then last 2 reps are shit, but 15 is what it is. I feel like I sounded like a little girl towards the end of these high reps. Most boys are like, rah, rah. Rear delt fly, a lot of people just go way too heavy on this. It's an isolation exercise. You don't want swinging, you know, you want to keep tempo nice, get a nice stretch, nice squeeze. Everything set up perfectly for yourself. For me, on this exercise, I lack in back detail, so I am going to be bringing this right back and squeeze my back as well as my rear delt, because for me it's a weakness, so it's something I want to hit all the way across that top line of my back and rear delts, you know, so I keep this chest nice and high and squeeze and get all that top line. So, yeah. That was a bit heavy for me. So I have to stay in, go light. I should have gone a little bit lighter. Obviously a little bit exhausted from all my other back workout. I had a little bit less rest than what I usually would from my last exercise this, because we've got to go pick up the baby. So I should have dropped weight just a touch. That's to finish off my back, hitting with a little bit of rear delt as it, you know, falls in line with the back nicely. So 2 exercises done on that, 2 sets done on that, 3 sets on bicep curls, and that's pull completed. Didn't need any feeder sets on that exercise at all because one went really light, should have gone lighter. I am towards the back end, my pull session. I've hit all the muscles that were incorporated in that, and it is again just a light, nice isolation movement. So don't tend to put feeder sets in that, but I do like to hit around 15 to 20 reps with them. Obviously nice slow control. But so drop the weight on the next one and get more reps out.
Your shoulders look massive.
WD-40 on that because ignore the subscribers. We are in the hour fitness posing room now. We're doing quite a lot to this place at the moment. We've built in podcast room, with a posing room, extension, floor, equipment and everything. But at the moment I am in a TRT phase, and this is something I want to talk about in regards to training as well. Like usually I would pull volume back a little bit. So far I am holding nicely, but this may be that when I go back in my push-up phase, I can increase volume slightly with the amount of sets and reps, etc. So yeah, let's have a look. Ah boy, we won't be putting this on YouTube. Oh, so pull session complete, and obviously, you know, this session is a bit different to how I usually train in regards to volume, intensifiers, etc. But at this part of my journey, I feel like this is what's needed most for myself, you know, to enable recovery and progression as much as possible. But I do like intensifiers, I do like drop sets, I do like rest pause sets, I do like FST 7 sets, etc. And I know like a lot of my clients are put on them type of workouts, but again, you know, this is individual to each specific person and what part of their journey they're actually on. Because, you know, a lot of the time, if you are a beginner, like, have you got the intensity? Are you able to train as hard as me to get as much out of these little working sets, should we say, as I am? You know, I'm having a lot of load on my muscles throughout these workouts, where, you know, if you're a beginner, you know, it might be nicer to add a little bit more volume in, because, you know, you're not going to have that mind to muscle connection with muscle, and obviously things are going to be a little bit different in terms to how hard you can push yourself for each working set, etc. So, you know, this is how I'm training at the moment. I'm not saying this is how you should train, you know, this is specific to everyone's needs and goals. But that is us for now. Thank you for checking our YouTube out. If you want to see anything more, drop a comment, and we are going to pick up our baby girl from school. Awesome.